Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Heirs Tools for Success. We did a poll recently over this week and had you guys in the Telegram vote for, out of 3 different things, what you wanted us to cover in this next episode. And you can tell from the title that it's obviously called, or Rationalization 1. But we had filling the void, rationalization, and complacency, and rationalization got the most votes by 1. It beat out complacency, apparently. But, okay. The first thing we're going to be talking about is what is rationalization. We are going to be covering basics and examples of certain things that are rationalization and how to recognize it, different things you can do to help yourself cope with it, because it's really not something you can prevent, because it's like almost a stage in your reboot, so you have to learn to overcome it in order to pass by that area of your reboot. Okay, so basics of rationalization.
Well, rationalization is when you have thoughts that are detrimental to your reboot or your goals. Like, for example, you would say something like, or think something like, I've made it 30 days, and I've done really well, so I might as well reward myself with some PMO. Or you'll say something like, I exercised yesterday, so I can just skip today. And
Procrastination.
Procrastination is a big part.
It's a big sign. Then another example that I would add is for people that are, mostly everybody in the group is, but people that are abstaining from MO and PMO, like full hard mode. I mean with besides O, I guess, or whatever, but that's not actual hard mode. But what I'm trying to say is people who are trying to completely abstain from MO would say, oh, I have gone fully 30 days without PMO, so MO wouldn't be so bad to do now, because it's, according to everybody else, it's healthy for you, and it helps you with prostate cancer. You just hear all these crazy reasons in your head why you should do it, why it's okay, why you should. It's with any addiction, really. I mean, I had it all the time when I was quitting tobacco. I mean, I'm still quitting tobacco. I'm just past 2 weeks, so, and I still hear reasons in my head why I should get a dip or borrow one from a friend or something like that, and I have to work through it. You have to work through that part in your reboot from any addiction. And for specifically PMO, people that say, like what I just said with the MO is not good. I mean, there is okay or whatever because it's healthy for you, such and such, such and such. It's, I don't know how to explain it really, except for that people, if you're not dedicated to completely abstaining from both, then there's some really bad news, because if you MO and while you're trying to quit PMO, all it does is reinforce your brain to get dopamine from MO and not PMO or porn. Like that's really all it does. Like, I mean, you're just changing one bad thing for another, because I mean, you can say that MO has been around for years, different things like that, but people just, I mean, it's just something that's always been around, and so they always consider it, want to find reasons why it's healthy, want to find reasons why it's good for you, but I mean, in moderation. I don't know if it's good for you or not. Me and Kailey personally do not do it at all. We completely do not do any of that, and a lot of you do too in the group. But you can rationalize so many different things when it comes to trying to get far in your reboot. Like, I mean, if you don't stay vigilant and know exactly what your goals are, then you can be taken over within a quick second and relapse and not even know what happened just because you weren't paying attention and didn't stick to your morals and didn't remember what the reason why you were doing this was for. I mean, rationalization, basically, is when your brain wants something that you're not giving it, like nicotine or dopamine or or heroin, anything like that, just anything you're addicted to or it's addictive or something. Your brain is addicted to it and it wants it, and so it's going to try and find different ways to manipulate you into getting it. Now, what I know you're saying in your head probably, this guy's crazy, my brain is in control, I'm in control of my brain, I know what my brain does and I control my brain. No, I'm sorry to inform you, but you do not. It's very it's hard. I can't even think of a word to explain it, but it's hard to explain to someone that their brain is not under their control, because of course they're going to immediately deny that, because everyone's taught, hey, I mean, you control your brain and your brain controls your movements in your body and your nervous system and everything else. But there's some things, like, it's almost like a brain, your mind is a separate part from you, specifically in the instance of an addiction. It's like your brain, you have been addicted to PMO or MO, whatever, for so many years, and your brain's used to it. Your brain's been getting dopamine from it, your brain's been getting just everything it wants and needs from, or dopamine-wise, from PMO, and getting overdosed and overdosed and overdosed until it needed more and more and more. And now you're just cutting it off. You're just stopping it completely, and your brain is like, what the hell, man? I want it. Give it back. It's freaking out. And it's going to tell you that all these different reasons why you should go back to it, just like if you were quitting smoking or dipping or whatever, or any hard drugs or anything. It's going to tell you all these wonderful reasons why you should go back. And you can tell immediately if you just be, I don't want to say be mindful for the 50th fucking time, but if you just pay attention to what you are thinking about at the time. Like, say you have, like, for instance, the example she gave, I made it 30 days, I've done well, I should reward myself with MO or PMO or something like that, and then just start over and redo it again, because, I mean, it's not a big deal. No, you have an addiction. You need to quit, you need to stay away from it, you need to stay away from it for as long as possible. I mean, at least 5 to 9 months at most to regulate your brain normally to its normal dopamine levels. That's how far. It's not 9 months. 9 months is the original challenge that all these guys made up
90
for.
days.
Or not 9 months, sorry. 90 days is the original challenge that all these guys made up for when they were doing it just to see if they could. Not to do it because abstaining from PMO helps you. 90 days is like the major goal for most people immediately, just because it's so popularized as the first, like, the major goal. And that's not how you reboot. You reboot by getting rid of PMO from your life. And you have to do that not only by making it 5 to 9 months, but by finding other things to fill the void or whatever, and stop rationalizing. Notice when you're rationalizing. Quit rationalizing and letting your brain control you, because that's what it's doing. It's finding reasons like, you did good, it's not a big deal, it's not bad for you, and you don't see a reason why it's bad for you. First of all, if you don't see a reason why it's bad for you, you shouldn't fucking be here in the first place. Because we all see that this is destroying our lives, we all see that this is doing horrible things to our lives, and we're just trying to quit. Got anything to add?
It's basically just excuses your brain will make to get its dopamine hit. And now, why is it bad?
Yes. Okay, why is it bad? Let's say, use the same example again, because I'm boring and uncreative. Same example. I've made it 30 days. I've done well. I should just be well. You tell yourself that, you hear your mind say that, and then what the fuck? Like, what reason do you have to agree with that? You're quitting PMO for a reason. You have a reason, or you wouldn't be here. You want to quit. And you're here for a reason. Why don't you remember that reason when you rationalize? Because it's getting hard. It's hard to deal with. It's hard to do things. It's just like every other fucking person in this goddamn world. It's hard to deal with. Your emotions are hard to deal with. The urge to relapse is hard to deal with. All that stuff is hard to deal with, and so you want to take the easy route and just quit. And that's what I'm trying to say here. That's what rationalization is trying to get you to do. It's trying to get you to take the easy route. It's bad for you because it's reinforcing your mind to take the easy route. It's reinforcing your mind to say, I just want to do what's easy and not what's good for me, or what could benefit me in the future, or what could make huge improvements to my life. I just want to take the easy way out and just stay in my comfort zone, in my bubble. Because that's what I do. I just stay inside my comfort zone. People who take cold showers, that may sound stupid to you, but it's a small, tiny little thing that's showing other people that people can get out of their comfort zone. I'm taking a cold shower instead of a hot shower, and so I am out of my comfort zone. It reinforces that idea in your head, and that's something you have to reinforce in your head if you're going to quit PMO. Because you're comfortable. You're using PMO as a crutch because your life is too shitty for you to deal with. And now, you want to do something else about it. And you're doing something else about it, and you have to recognize when you're rationalizing. Otherwise, it'll manipulate you every time back into what you shouldn't believe. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't believe, actually. What I'm here to tell you is what we have experienced and what we believe, and we want to help you guys with what we believe. I'm not telling you guys you have to do any of this, but what I'm telling you is that we know what works, we know we've been through it, and I hope that you guys would take it and listen to it, and hopefully reiterate it into your own form and your own way in your own life. Rationalization is a huge problem when it comes to this addiction. So many people fall from it. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. You just spiral down it. As soon as you agree to the first thing that you rationalize to, you'll just keep agreeing to it. Oh, I don't have to tell my loved one this happened to me. Oh, I don't have to tell my loved one that I'm having problems because I can deal with it. This is what led me to relapse at 243 days. Oh, I don't need help. I got this. Oh, I don't need help. I got this. Rationalizing that I didn't need help to the point to where I relapsed because I was having so many problems and just kept rationalizing my way out of it. That is a negative effect. That's a huge negative effect that it will have. It'll make you complacent. It'll make you feel like you're fucking invincible, and you can't do that. Anything to add?
I think you covered all of it.
Okay. How do I recognize when I am rationalizing? Okay. Mindfulness, everybody. I'm sorry, but mindfulness. Take 5 minutes out of your day when you start feeling uneasy, when you're thinking this thing, when you're about to make yourself go and do something you shouldn't do. You can feel it inside of yourself that you shouldn't do this, but you do it anyways because your mind manipulates you into believing it. And mindfulness, you sit down 5 minutes, close your eyes, relax, and just listen to your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Take deep breaths. Focus on your senses. What are your hands feeling on the chair that you're sitting in? Anything like that. Just focus on that. Nothing else. Nothing else should be in your mind. Mindfulness. And then you will open your eyes. You will think to yourself, what the hell was I doing? Why is this gone? Why is this thought gone? Oh, I know. Because it was rationalization. And I'm being fucking stupid, and I need to kick in the ass and get out the door and go do something productive in my life. That's what you need to do. I mean, mindfulness will save you at that point. Do you have anything to add about mindfulness?
It's also good to be mindful every single second of every day with your thoughts. Like, being aware of what you're thinking, what led to that thought, and how it would go over each little path, whatever path you took. If you decided to go along with that thought, if you decided not to go along with that thought, you just have to be mindful of what your brain is telling you to do, or what you are thinking yourself, and go from there. It helps you to recognize rationalization, complacency, urges, all of that, and it doesn't catch you by surprise at all. So just be mindful. Everyday life, and also with the 5-minute meditation thing.
Everyday life. If you notice everything, if you are mindful of everything in your bubble, then you can damn sure be mindful of everything outside of it. How you affect other people with your words, how you affect anything that you pick up off the ground. Just think about the repercussions. Like, that's all you gotta do is just think outside the box. Like, think about things that you normally wouldn't think about. Think about how you affect other people, how that person is affecting you, why that person made you upset, why you upset that other person. Just all those kinds of things. Okay. Next thing is, it's another part of how do I recognize I'm rationalizing, is think about reasons for doing something, and then if it doesn't make any sense, then it's rationalizing. Now, that sounds really simple, and it's because it is. I mean, you feel that uneasy feeling in your chest, and you hear to yourself, I should go do this, and this, because I did this, and this, and I want to go do this, and this, because my brain is telling me I should go do this, and this. Stop, think, and then ask yourself, what reasons do I have to go do that? What reasons do I want to go PMO now? What reasons do I want to go MO now? What reasons do I want to go get a dip? What reasons do I want to take a cigarette from my friend? What? Do you have a reason? No? You don't?
A good reason?
A good fucking reason?
Not just, I'm stressed out and I want some stress relief.
Or not just, I feel horrible because my girlfriend just broke up with me, or just something, just like anything horrible that you experience in your life, and then that second your brain will take advantage of it and say, you should go get a dip, you'll feel better. You should go get a cigarette, you should go PMO, you'll feel better. That's what it'll do. It'll creep up in your mind as soon as you feel like shit, and then take over you. You control your mind doesn't control you. You do not put up with it. You don't. Okay. Last subject. What can I do about it? What prevention and overcoming it. Rationalization. What can I do about rationalization? Well, like we said, mindfulness about your surroundings, different things like that. You can prevent it. I mean, it's really hard to say that you can prevent it because it's something that's going to happen no matter what you do. But, I mean, prevention in the way that it's already happened and you want to prevent it from doing again is mindfulness. I mean, just being mindful of your environment. If you are mindful of your mind, of the way you think and the way you do things, and then you realize, oh, hey, this doesn't make any sense to me, that's prevention right there. You've prevented yourself from rationalizing because you know it doesn't make any sense, and you don't go along with it, and you don't even let it come into your mind. You throw it away, and you take advantage of that situation to show the world and show yourself that you have control over your mind. You do what you want to do, not what your mind wants you to do. You have control over your mind. Be aware of your thoughts. Don't trust your mind. And another great way for, and especially any of you guys in the chat, is to come in there and just ask. If you can't figure it out yourself, if you can't figure out if it's a good reason or not, come in the chat and ask. An outside opinion could do worlds of help to you guys. Like, I mean, say you got to 30 days and you wanted to go relapse and you didn't know why, you just sat there and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. Well, if you didn't have anybody else's opinion or your own opinion to go against it, then you're going to go do it. That's what's going to happen. You're going to relapse. But if you go in the chat and you be like, hey guys, I just got to 30 days and my mind is telling me that I should go and relapse because I can just start over fresh or something like that. Or I seen porn or a P-sub or something like that on an accident and might as well go relapse because I've already done damage. or just anything like that, come to the chat and talk to them. The sanctuary is quiet all day unless someone comes in there asking for help. I mean, the normal chat's, really good for it too. I mean, you literally just gotta pop in there and someone will immediately stop talking and then try to help you. Because these people here care about you. They care about how you feel, and they want to prevent you from rationalizing. They want to prevent you from making mistakes. We're coming just over the 20-minute mark, and so is there anything else we would like to talk about with rationalizing or anything else? We got everything on there.
Overcoming rationalization, off the back of preventing it, would be to form good habits and responses when you are rationalizing. So let's say you have a thought about going to PMO or going to have a dip or going to have a cigarette or something. You need to have a plan in place to override that. Like, if I start thinking, hey, I want to go PMO, then I'm going to take a cold shower. Or, hey, if I want to dip, I'm going to go get a piece of gum. Or something like that.
That's what I do.
Yes. And just things, different responses to that situation that will not end in something bad that you do not want to happen.
Yeah, really, all you have to do is just have something in place. You feel like you have an urge, come to the chat. Just come say hi in the chat and tell everybody that you're having an urge, you need help. Boom, you're fixed. They'll tell you what you need to do, they'll help you work through it, you concentrate on talking to them, you'll work through it. That's all it is. I mean, really, man, or guys, people, women, children, everything. All you need to do is just rely upon yourself and rely upon the others. I mean, you have so much to work for. I mean, we're projecting all of these things towards people in our group, but really, I mean, even if this is someone who's not even in our group, who's never even heard of Nofap, nothing, you can do something about your life just by changing some small little detail. I mean, you can go far if you can dedicate every little inch of your mind to achieving your goals. Your goal is to quit PMO. Make a plan for every little thing that you can do, and you will achieve it. Small goals will achieve your big goals. Ron Swanson taught me that. He's doing a very good job with the last challenge. Okay, guys. Good luck in the war in the next week, I do believe. And we're getting our captains and soldiers all riled up and ready. And me and Strugglesaurus over here are ready for the war too. And we are going to help all of you guys make it through this month and kick Solid Stance's ass. Okay. This has been Sunbro and Strugglesaurus, Brian and Kailey, and this is episode 2, Rationalization of Heirs Tools for Success. Peace.
We'll make we'll make the next video, either we'll make an extra one this week for the war, or we'll just keep doing them every Sunday, but we have Filling the Void and Complacency coming up next. We don't know which one first.
Probably Complacency, yeah.
It was second place.
Yeah, it was second place in the race.
Look forward to Complacency. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fuck you, Alec.
Fuck you, Alec.
Fuck you, Alec.
Fuck you, Alec.
Bye. Avatar coasters! Ah!